Update 4 on Major Hurricane Gonzalo, with winds of 145 miles per hour and a pressure of 942 millibars, slightly higher than what it was a few hours ago, reaching a low so far of 940. Its position is 27.1 degrees north, 68.2 degrees west as of 9 p.m. UTC on October the 16th. The storm's expected to cross Bermuda, possibly tracking directly over the island as a Category 3 hurricane, which is certainly bad news for Bermuda, where we could see wind gusts into Category 4 intensity, certainly hurricane force winds, I'd say, for the island and possibly its surrounding waters. The storm's then expected to weaken, move towards the northwest and affect Newfoundland, Canada, as a transitioning extratropical cyclone still could deliver winds of hurricane force while it's at it. Looking at the latest satellite imagery in the past several hours, I think this is around 12 to 24 hours or so, you can see how the storm's been progressing, moving gradually towards the north. You can see possibly there a jog towards the northeast rather, in the past few frames, meaning that it is on its way towards Bermuda now, decidedly towards the northeast, and it looks like it will move out to sea beyond that, but certainly a very strong system indeed. Sea surface temperatures remain rather favourable, around 28 degrees Celsius. That's all the way to Bermuda as well. 26 degree waters lie towards its north, extending probably halfway towards Nova Scotia, and then they drop off rather rapidly, and the storm will have pretty much no chance beyond that. Wind shear, looking at that at the moment, high amounts of shear towards the northeast over Bermuda. Right now we're looking at high wind shear, but at the moment its immediate vicinity, low amounts of wind shear right now. Dry air is potentially becoming an issue, certainly affecting the right hand side of the storm towards the east, and another area of dry air towards the west as well over Florida and the Gulf of Mexico. Looking at the current intensity, what are we expecting? It looks like the storm is reaching its peak, or has reached its peak, and now gradual weakening is definitely on the cards for the next few days. Looking at the forecast track, most models are in good agreement that the storm will pass close to or possibly move over the southeastern tip of Newfoundland before moving on towards Western Europe. Looking at the wind shear, that's likely to rise quite significantly towards the 19th, 20th of October, running off the charts by the end of that forecast period, and the sea surface temperatures will do the same in the opposite direction, dropping off very quickly indeed once we reach October the 19th. That's this Sunday. Looking at the relative humidity as well, that's likely to decrease over the next few days before possibly increasing again, but that will be fairly irrelevant by the time we get there. Basically, all points towards the storm weakening rather significantly over the next few days, but as it stands, here's the latest satellite imagery. A well-defined eye shrinking, so that could possibly lead to a little bit of weakening unless it does have a successful replacement cycle, but by the looks of things, still a very strong storm, rather equally displaced as well, but most of the heavy rain, I would say, is towards the right hand side of the storm, but the heaviest activity of the storm appears to be on the western side, but nonetheless, all around the eye wall there, we're looking at winds of 140 miles per hour up to and including up to 145 miles per hour sustained, gusting right now to 175 miles per hour Category 5 intensity, likely to decrease along with its sustained winds in the coming hours and days. Around the world right now, we have Tropical Storm Anna, which has not quite fulfilled its expectations to become a hurricane, but that's good news for Hawaii. Invest 92E has a 50% chance of developing in the eastern Pacific. Of course, Hurricane Gonzalo, which is the strongest storm in the world right now. Invest 92S just south of the equator in the southern Indian Ocean, and Invest 94W in the western Pacific, which has a medium chance of development. 67 tropical storms have formed so far in 2014 worldwide. 37 of those have become Category 1 hurricanes with winds of 74 miles per hour and above, level with 2010 and 2011, and 23 have become Category 3 storms with winds of 115 miles per hour and higher, just too short of 1991. You can visit Force 13 on any of its 6 outlets. The website force13.com is the main place to be for all the goings on around the world storm-wise. Of course, the video pages will keep you regularly updated, especially when warnings are in effect. Just search Force 13 on there, on YouTube and Dailymotion. And of course, you can visit us on our social pages, Facebook and Twitter. Search Force 13 on there, it's at Force 13 on Twitter. And you can add Fool 13 on Skype if you wish to discuss topics with myself personally, which you're very much welcome to do. The next update on this storm will follow in around 24 hours time, unless it's necessary to do one sooner. But that's all for now.